Slot Car News, sponsored by LEB Hobbies, your specialist in home and hobby slot car racing. Oh boy, do we have some good news this week. We have a full sheet. There we go, a full sheet. Exclusive, I think, news from MR Slotcar. That's right, not Mr. Slotcar. The Shadow kit is being worked on now. You see photos here. This is the plain white version of the car that was released to much acclaim, especially by yours truly, last year. Yeah, so that car is going to be coming soon. It's in the final process of final stages of development, I guess you'd say. And boy, howdy, is that good news. Also, should we expect maybe more painted versions of it? Who knows? Should we expect some more 333 Ferraris? You never know, folks. You never know. So cagey. Avant Slot showing updated photos of their K-Maz. Again, I don't know, I've gotten into posting extra photos of this thing, I guess. There's a photo of the chassis that they're showing along with other updated photos this morning on their Facebook page, as well as a really nice photo showing all the driver and the navigator and I guess the mechanic there in the only seat, the front seat. Definitely cool stuff. Avant Slot also showing two liveries that you see here, a Motul and a Gulf livery on this car. Looks very, very nice. Usually when they start showing those painted photos of cars, it's fairly soon in the pipeline. Very cool stuff. Scale Auto showing new photos of the Mitsubishi Evo 6 on their social media. I really like that they've started doing kind of photos of the cars kind of in a little scene. I do a lot of this kind of photo, and it's just nice to see manufacturers putting the car, I guess, kind of in context on a slot car track or with little people. I don't know. I just think it's a nice change, quite frankly, from just seeing a beauty shot of the car. Those are perfectly fine, but it is really nice to mix it up as well. Some NSR news now. We are days away, and that's a good thing, from the new C8R releases. Remember, we got 4 of those guys coming very soon. They're the they are the painted solid color body. They've been called test cars. Now, why would they be called test cars? Well, that's really kind of a slang term, I guess you'd say, for kind of a solid body in color slot car that doesn't have a livery on it, that you can kind of paint yourself. It's just a way of kind of, I don't know, it's nice that they've done this with so many of their liveries. They do this basically with every release of car that they do. It makes it really easy if you have a club to get into this car as a club class, because you get white, yellow, orange, and red in this case initially. Will we see more? Probably. Will we see painted liveries, like actual racing liveries? Of course we will. And we will see an unpainted white kit. We'll see the chassis. The chassis will be available the same day, by the way. LEB sponsors my channel, sponsors the news video. They will have all of these cars for sale. I believe it's early next week. Just watch LEB, the webpage for the information. They'll have all 4 colors. They'll have the chassis as well. So you'll be able to pick and choose your chassis hardness, whatever you want to choose. It's there. Great stuff. And we're going to get years of these cars. If you don't see a livery you like now, you will soon enough. Don't worry, guys. We got plenty of them coming. Also, new liveries on the mid-'80s Formula One car. This time, it's a Benetton Ford. One of them is a Michael Schumacher livery that I believe is the boxed historic release of the car, and that's pretty cool. It looks like a really nice livery. These cars go really, really, really well. If you don't have one of these cars yet, the mid-'80s Formula cars, you really need to check them out. They're real easy to drive. They are inline configuration. The motor does, I believe, give it a little bit of downforce. Regardless, they're such a smooth running car, such an easy car to drive. It's a really great way to start kind of an open wheel class at a club, or if you're just thinking about dabbling with an open wheel car, Formula One car, and you're not sure where to start. These are very, very, very durable cars, very drivable. They are quite fast, but they are very, very drivable. So, you know, it's definitely an excellent place to start. In any case, we have the SCX Panda Dakar Rally in this very striking green that's going to be available quite shortly. If you can find somebody here in the US that sells them, good luck. Otherwise, you're going to have to go overseas to check them out. Stick around through the racing and show news. I have added a couple new ones this week. My apologies. I get a lot of this news, and a couple of them might have not gotten added last week, but they're added this week. I really appreciate it. Hang around, and we'll see if I have a editorial to talk about. Alrighty, folks, thanks for sticking around through the racing and show news. I do hope to do a live stream this Sunday. Remember, I do live streams Sunday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time, generally speaking, Sunday afternoon, evening. I also do want to increase the number of the videos or the live streams that I do kind of later at night. I call them late night laps. Usually it's just me goofing around, not unlike every other stream that I do. I mean, there's nothing really. I just like getting on, talking with folks, running some cars, and goofing around and talking about whatever might come up, quite frankly. That is not the editorial. The editorial is that we hear a lot about when a car gets released that another manufacturer has made. Well, why don't the manufacturers, why would a manufacturer release yet another version of the same car that's already out? Well, because they want to make money too. And if they see that a release has done well, they might release the car. Or, in fact, it may be that the car had already been in development before someone else's car had been released. So it's not like these people could coordinate. They're all different businesses. And there's a lot of implication usually that by hobbyists usually that companies coordinate this kind of thing. I can tell you that there's nothing further from the truth. Certainly Scalextric and Carrera don't coordinate about anything. I find it hard to believe that, you know, anybody like NSR and Slotted would. I mean, these folks are kind of natural competitors in a, you know, in a positive way. It's not like they try to make compatible products for each other's lines. It's not how business works, guys. They do the cars that they feel will make money for them, that they feel make the right product release for them for a variety of reasons. If it's another GT3 car, like a Corvette, for example, that I talked about today, you know, it's like Carrera and Scalextric have done the C8 rather, and now NSR is doing it. You know, I don't know if Slotted ever will. I assume at some point Scale Auto will. I assume at some point Sideways will. You know, there's like, these aren't things that companies coordinate about. It's like GM and Ford. You know, would they coordinate about making a two-door coupe? Well, obviously not. Would they coordinate about making a sedan or a pickup truck? Well, of course not. They're going to make their own and try to sell it more than the other guys. I think you get the point. It's just like kind of like a digital system. It doesn't make sense for them to ever coordinate about making a common operating system for digital because there's no reason for them to. They'll sell their own digital bits regardless. And I mean, in this country, I can promise you that the Carrera digital system sells way more than the Scalextric stuff does. Carrera has a more full and rich system than they do, and cooperating wouldn't benefit anybody, quite frankly. But, you know, generally I was speaking about cars, and, you know, coordination like that just simply does not happen. People at other companies do know each other, sort of, but the people that are, you know, doing development on the cars, I know those people generally speaking, and I don't think they know each other at the companies. The top people know each other because they might see each other at trade shows and things like that, but it's quite a bit less common than you would think. Even though the business is quite small, so the larger companies, you know, these folks don't really necessarily communicate with one another. In any case, like I said, I will try to do a live stream this coming weekend on Sunday, and probably at some point soon I will do another late night lapse. I'm going to have to do another title slide for that. Yeah, I probably should too. In any case, thanks very much for showing up. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the likes, the shares, the comments. See you all again soon.